So in this content, we will be talking about some tips. But this would be another content, guys, because you will not be hearing some tips from me, but we will be having a very special guest who is willing to share his advice, pieces of advice, and also free tips on how you're going to enjoy your ESL journey. So what are you waiting for? Come on, join my class. Hello everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel. This is Frank in action again, and thank you so much for clicking that play button. So in this content, we will be talking about some tips. But this would be another content, guys, because you will not be hearing some tips from me, but we will be having a very special guest who is willing to share his advice, pieces of advice, and also free tips on how you're going to enjoy your ESL journey. Alright, so again, guys, I'm so excited, I'm so pumped up to introduce you to him. Let's have...
Good morning, it's me, Tobey-san. Today, let's go together. The grocery store. I don't have the money now.
My name is Tobet, and I'm so happy that Teacher Frank sent me a message earlier. Tobet, how about an interview? And I said, yes. Okay, so I'm Tobet. I work in Native Camp since 2014. I am now in Japan to teach English as a second language in public system. One junior high school and one elementary and one kindergarten. Yeah, and I also taught English in China. That was 2019. Now I'm in Japan. And also I was, how can I say this? An office-based teacher part-time during my college days. Yeah, so that's it.
It's a very interesting intro. Most of our subscribers here are actually interested to the ESL industry.
Yeah.
Not only from this company, but actually they are really willing to learn from anyone who is willing to give free tips, and especially any content that has, you can get value on how to make sure that you will become very confident, you will become more interested in, teaching as an ESL teacher. So what are the tips that you can give to our, newbies, now experienced English teacher? Because as we know, this kind of platform becomes a new norm, and even if you were not a teacher just like me, I was not a teacher before, and without this pandemic, I really choose to become, part of this industry, and I love it, those kind of things. So we're so excited to hear from you. What are the tips that you can give to our teachers?
Okay, so I can give a little, but again, teaching is a style. We have our own style, and we have our own trademark. Kumbaga, sa Jollibee, my trademark, be happy, be ang saya. So as a teacher, we also have our trademark, Frank. I don't know how to say that, but again, it's a trademark. It's your, something unique about you. So in my own way of teaching, I want to share it. I hope everybody will also learn from the tips I have right now. The number one thing is, please establish rapport. You get to know the student. You have to engage, like asking how are you, and not really so personal, but little like a friendly talk, and make sense also. For example, you can feel it. Ma-feel mo if yung estudyante ayaw niya na makikipag-usapan ng free talking or something. So first, establish rapport, like, how was your dinner? And like that. How was your breakfast? Oh, and when the student say something, appreciate it. Sugoi, like that. Learn a little Japanese, but not too much. Like the expression sugoi, like that. Like that. So, like that kind of expressions. And then, ne, subarashi, like that. That's how I was when I was in office base, and many teachers from Wingby complain about that. But it's okay. I got more reservations by their complaints. Just joking. And yeah, I remember so many teachers complaining in Wingby because of my noise. And second is you need to let the students talk 70% and 30% for teachers. But again, you have to realize na yung estudyante hindi pala magaling or whatever, advanced, like that. Yeah. So if the student is really advanced, bigay mo 70%, 80%. But if the student is not so advanced, bigay mo 50-50 lang. Tapos ask questions, listen, like that. And number 3, the next thing is you are also going to chunk the words, or chop the words little by little. As a teacher here in Japan, and as I taught also in China, I learned that no matter how advanced the student, you need to really chunk the sentences and the words, because sometimes they cannot hear it clearly, especially lalo na if nag-American accent ka. As I undergo a lot of training in teaching English, like noun, down, like that, those words are no in ASL. And I realize it's correct, in my opinion, because, if you say noun and the found like that, students cannot understand. So you need to say the words properly. For example, the word center, you'll say the center, like that, center. It's not center, it's center. Please look at the box at the center, the books, the mountain, the apple, like that. Simple. Do not make it like American. The water, like not water, water. No, water. Articulate the words, the letters, the sound of the letters very carefully, and then chunk the word. For example, ganito. Please open your book on page 18, 1-8. 18, the students will ask that. So 18, 1-8. You need to exaggerate really the words. Parang OA sometimes, but that's 100% accurate. Not to say I'm perfect, but I'm doing it, and I get reservations every time I open my slots. Charot. And at this very moment, I've been teaching home base since I left native camp office base, and all my ratings are 5. Wala. Charot. Yeah, I do that. And for example, may babasahin ka, like you need to read stories kasi my interaction between student and teacher. Like, the cat went to the park, like that. Please repeat. Then after that, yun na. So again, be careful with the American accent. Make it simple, crisp, yeah, and clear. And that's it. And the next one is ask questions to students. Do you have a question? If the student don't have a question, if the students don't have questions, ask question. Okay, do you have a question? No. Okay, I will ask you question, like that. But again, you need to use all your senses kasi baka naboboard yung estudyante. The number one important highlight in teaching online is making your class active, engaging. That's the right word, right? Yeah, kasi we are in a virtual world. Hindi natin nahahawakan yung bata or yung estudyante. So we really need to make our class exaggerated, and the words. Kahit wala kang action sa words lang, naiinganyo na yan yung mga bata. Gagamitin mo talagang camera like this. Do you have a question? Like that. Ganinin mo. And no questions, sugoy, high five. Tapos hawakan mo talaga yung camera. Tsaka eyes on the camera. That's the most important. Not camera, but camera. Huh? Yeah. So that's it. Engage and make your voice, the tone of your, we have the diet, D-I-E-T, the diction, intonation, enunciation, and tone. So those 4 things are important in teaching English online. You need to put creativity in the statement, the words you said. Do you have a question? No. Oh, wonderful. Like that. Depends on you. Yeah, again, teaching is really a trademark, so we have our own style in teaching, whatever. Yeah. That's it. I hope they can learn from me little by little.
Wow. Wow, those are very good.
No, but it's in my... Sugoi arigato gozaimashita. Yeah.
Learning, you know, as what I've always told to my subscribers and my viewers, you always have this one in your mind. Lifelong leaders are lifelong learners. So I put in my cup, and when I empty my cup, I get a new information from you.
Subarashi! Frank Sensei, arigato gozaimashita. Well, I'm so happy also and honored to be part of this interview. I've been doing, you know, so nonsense these days. In Japan now, we don't have a work. I mean, we have a work, no students, but we are in the faculty training like that. So, yung mga Japanese teacher, kaya yung mga, how can I say this, mga Hapon nag-online class kasi they have Japanese English teachers.
Okay.
They're very good, but the way they talk, it's really Japanese. They have to learn the standard English. Yeah. So we should not demand American accent, whatever accent. Kasi accent is universal. We have to demand for standardized accent. Wag na yung mga mountain kitten found. What? You know, the one like I don't like it. Huh? So make it simple.
Yeah, just like by saying, what's your name? And then you say, what's your name?
Yeah. What's your name? I remember, I forgot the story, but yeah, I will recall that soon. I will share it, but I forgot.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward for another interview, perhaps.
Yeah.
Alright guys, so again guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you're able to get value and free tips to our guests in this content. So again guys, if you're not yet subscribed in our channel, this is Frank in Action. Please click the subscribe button and ring bell button so you will be notified in my next video. So thank you so much guys. Have a great day. Peace.